Okay, so picture this. It's the middle of World War II, and deep in the shadows, a top-secret mission is underway. It's codenamed Project Y, and its goal? To build a weapon so powerful, so revolutionary, it would completely redefine warfare and shift the balance of power on Earth forever.
And what they built? Well, it was a device that could unleash the energy of 20,000 tons of TNT in a single, blinding flash. We're not just talking about a bigger bomb here. This was like harnessing a new force of nature for the very first time.
And when that power was first unleashed on the city of Hiroshima, the result was devastating. A study after the bombing described a scene that words can barely capture. I mean, the human cost was just staggering, on a scale that no one had ever seen before.
Which brings us to the big question we're tackling today. How on earth did a project this massive, a project that employed as many people as the entire U.S. auto industry at the time, stay a complete secret? What did it take to pull that off?
Well, the story doesn't start with a bang. It starts with a letter. A quiet warning that sparked a frantic, desperate race against a really terrifying possibility.
And you can see just how fast this all happened. It all kicked off in 1939 when none other than Albert Einstein sent a letter to President Roosevelt warning him that Nazi Germany might be trying to build an atomic weapon. That one warning lit a fire, and by 1942, the project was official. From there, things moved at lightning speed, ending just 3 years later.
Officially, this whole thing was called the Manhattan Project. It was this huge $2 billion effort between the US, the UK, and Canada. And they had one single urgent goal: build a working atomic bomb before the enemy did. Now, this is where it gets really interesting. The entire project, all of that money and effort, was driven by this intense fear of a Nazi bomb. But the crazy thing is, the project's security was so good that neither German nor Japanese spies ever got close. They had no idea what was really going on. The secret was safe, from them anyway.
So how do you keep a secret that big? Well, you don't just build a laboratory. You build entire hidden cities filled with people who were sworn to absolute silence. And at the head of this whole operation were two guys who could not have been more different. You had the brains, J. Robert Oppenheimer, the brilliant physicist leading the science. And then you had the brawn, General Leslie Groves, the tough, no-nonsense military engineer who made sure everything got built on time and stayed secret.
In this image, it shows you their whole strategy in a nutshell. They picked Los Alamos, New Mexico, this remote, isolated mesa you could only get to by a single winding road, to be the main lab. Why? 2 reasons: secrecy and safety.
Now, get ready for this number, because the scale of this secret world is just mind-blowing. At its peak,